Welcome everybody. Today I will introduce you to Inge Verbruggen. She's on her visit with us in Atlantis Freediving in Tenerife. Welcome Inge.
Thank you.
It's not the first time you've been here in Tenerife. Second time, is it correct?
It's the second time I've been in Tenerife, but the first time that I have time to actually go freediving and
A little bit of dive.
Yeah,
that's great.
Last time was just when we were recording stuff for TV, and it was a very short trip, and everything was like planned. And
How long you were here last time?
3 or 4 days.
For very little.
Yeah,
So you haven't
and
seen
working.
anything?
No, I didn't see
You haven't
anything.
seen anything.
No.
Well, now, for those who don't know Inge, Inge is from Belgium. I think we know each other for nearly 5 years.
I think we met in 2015.
Yeah, first time we met in Dahab,
Yeah.
we were training there together a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember you were competing, I think, as well.
That was my first competition.
In triple depth.
No, the Russian championship was my first
yes, that's
competition.
right. Yeah, Russian
But then
championship.
triple, that was the same year. Yeah.
Yes, triple depth I think was
Yeah.
2014.
No, I did 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the times are going by. The years just flying.
I know.
Yeah, so, tell me a little bit about how you started in freediving and what got you into freediving and how did it go from there?
I was actually a scuba diver. I started scuba diving in 2010. I was really hooked on it, and I had my plan ready. I finished the rescue diver course, and then I wanted to do the dive master and instructor course, and I wanted to work as a scuba diving instructor. And then in 2012, I was on holiday in Egypt, in Sharm el-Sheikh, and somebody told me you should go to Dahab, visit the Blue Hole, and I was scuba diving in the Blue Hole, and it's the first time that I saw freedivers. I didn't know freediving was a thing, that it was a sport, so I saw people freediving, and I was like, oh, what are they doing? So I started looking in Dahab for places where I could learn to freedive, and then I found Freedive Dahab. And then I took a course, I think it was 2013, I took my first course with Hussein in Freedive Dahab.
Oh, amazing. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic way to get in freediving, going to Blue Hole and seeing the freedivers.
I know.
Yeah, I was not so lucky. I started in Ireland in cold water. Yeah. But actually I started with scuba diving as well, but it just didn't work for me. Yeah, I don't know. I had equalization problems already scuba diving.
Really?
Yeah, so you can imagine.
Yeah.
I went through a bit of hardship at the beginning, but it paid off. So you are based in Belgium.
I'm based in Belgium. Yes.
And I know you have a sort of a group together in Belgium that you go train together, mostly in pool, right?
I used to train a lot in the pool, but that's now, I think it's 1 year ago since I did a proper pool training.
Okay.
I was training with Club CEAP in Brussels, and they mainly do pool trainings and pool competitions. And I used to train with them, but then slowly I started going deeper, and I started to spend more time in Dahab, and then I was missing so much trainings, and then when I came back from Dahab I had issues catching up with the group, and then the pool training stopped a little bit for me.
So you enjoy more depth?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, perfect. But you're lucky in Belgium to have Nemo 33?
Nemo 33.
Nemo 33, deep pool.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Nemo.
It's a pool in Brussels. It's 33 meters deep, and it's warm water, so you don't need a wetsuit. So it's really, really nice for freediving, but unfortunately you can only go on Sunday evenings. So it's not, we don't have so much training possibilities, it's only on Sunday evening, and then you have to book early enough because it's limited places available, so it's always full and it's always crowded. But the pool itself is super, super nice. Yeah,
so you have a little group that you go with on a certain time, or do you book a separate time, or?
I do both. Sometimes I just join the sessions on Sunday evening, but once in a while I rent a pool, and then you can rent it for 2 hours,
people,
and then you can bring your own group.
That's a little bit better, no?
It's a little bit more chill, yes.
Yeah, not too many people.
Yeah, then you choose yourself. It's more expensive if you separate the price of the rent of the pool by the amount of people that come. it's a little bit more expensive,
Works out
but then
better.
you have space and it's not so crowded,
Yeah.
and there's nobody kicking his fins in your face.
Yeah. So sounds good. I never been diving in a deep pool. I think the deepest pool I've been ever was 5 meters. Sounds good. You know, fresh water, really warm. There's a music playing as well, no? Or is that Y40? Is there music underwater?
Music underwater I did only once when
there
it was in Y40 when Julie
okay.
Gauthier was making a movie. She
Okay.
was making a video clip for an artist, and then they were playing the song that she was dancing on underwater. But I don't think it's standard.
Okay.
I had it just once, and in Nemo I never had music.
Yeah, I never been. Well, I'm lucky to always sort of position myself next to the sea, either in Dahab or here in Tenerife. There is always sea, so but it sounds good. I would like to try that someday.
We have more pools in Belgium where you can dive. We have a dive tank, which is 15 meters deep, and it's wide. It's nice. Yeah, I teach my level 1 courses there because it's not so narrow as the deep part of Nemo. So the dive tank is 15 meters, but everywhere 15 meters. So people don't feel so claustrophobic.
Yeah. I guess it's nice to start in this kind of in a pool. You know, you don't have to fight with your wetsuit. You don't really.
Yeah, in the dive tank the water is not heated, so you have to wear a wetsuit.
How cold is it there, or how warm is it?
I think it varies from 16 degrees in the winter until 24 in the summer, I think, but you really need a wetsuit.
Okay.
There's a pool which is a little bit warmer, and it's called Todi, but it's actually an aquarium. So
nice.
It's a pool and it's full of fish, and really big fish, and a lot of fish.
Nice.
But people wear wetsuits also. I think it's like 23, 24 degrees, I don't know. But it's a little bit warmer, and it's really nice because it gives you this tropical feeling between the fish.
Sounds good. Sounds like something I'd like to try. Yeah, I still
you have to come. You have to come visit, and I'll take you to all those pools.
I was promising for a while now. A few people already that I will come to Belgium and to Nemo and to Y40 and. Well, you know, with this coronavirus going on around, maybe I don't know. Maybe we will end up going to pools, or
who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows what's gonna happen?
So, what are you doing here now in Tenerife?
Holiday.
Holiday time.
Holiday. I didn't have a holiday for 5 years. I think I spent all my free time training for a competition. So all the times when I was in the water, I was like chasing numbers. And always the pressure of, I signed up for a competition, now I have to do this depth, and I don't want to do something shallower than my national record, so I want to beat my national record. And then I was always putting pressure on myself, and now I was like, no, I go to Tenerife for 10 days, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to do fun diving, and I'll dive on the line a little bit without pressure. And I also really enjoy the island. Linda took me hiking yesterday, you took me to the desert 2 days ago. It's amazing. I didn't know Tenerife was so beautiful.
There's so much to see here. If you don't want to dive or on your days off or afternoons, you can go and explore. There's never far to go. So many different things. And I still keep finding places. And Linda, when she goes hiking, she tells me, you should go and check out this place. And I go on the bike, on the mountain biking, and she goes hiking, and she does a lot of big distances now. So it's amazing. It's an amazing island. I'm really glad to be here.
For some reason, I always thought that Tenerife was like for old
Drinking
people.
place.
No,
old people.
for old people, like Benidorm or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean now in the winter, there's a lot of retired people coming here because it's a warm. It's warm and. Yeah, been competing for quite a few years now, right?
Yes.
5 years? 5 years for sure.
5 years. I did my first competition in May 2015.
Yeah, and you've been very successful as well with breaking national records. And how many do you hold now? Do you take account or?
I do. I have 24 national records.
What?
But I'm Belgian, so.
Okay.
And I remember the very first national record that I did was in the Russian Championships, and I did.
This was your first?
This was my very first.
Oh, very nice.
And it was 37-meter free immersion.
Well, still, you know, I've seen people doing national records as shallow as 20.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere, and I'm really enjoying just breaking the.
Exactly.
records,
If you're 24, that means you keep on going and keep on pushing yourself and keep on improving, which is the whole game, I think.
Yeah.
So you enjoy competing freediving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm so much stronger in a competition.
Okay.
Like when I'm training, I always find a reason like why I shouldn't do my dive, and then I'm nervous and I don't feel comfortable and I'm scared and I don't know. And then when it's competition, I'm so focused on what I'm doing and I just do it. And I always surface from a competition dive saying like, oh, this was so easy.
Nice.
And then I try to repeat that same dive in training, and I'm like,
how do you deal with pressure? Do you have nerves before you go for a dive?
in training, yes. In competition, no.
Wow. Well,
not anymore.
Yeah.
I remember my first competition. I went down. I felt my heart beating in my chest, and I was like, oh, don't they say that your heart rate goes lower when you freedive? I felt my heart beating.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't know. On competition day, I'm just like, okay, I chose to do it, and I'm gonna do this.
Wow. Well, for me, this is one of the things that the reason why I don't compete is because I have huge nerves.
Yeah.
You know? And this doesn't matter. It's freediving competition, it's racing, it's biking, it's running, anything that has to do with competition. I get huge nerves. My heart rate goes, I don't know, to max, you know. And normally on competition day, I'm running at least 20 beats per minute higher than normally. Yeah.
After
so my training, I would be, I don't know if I'm cycling, I would be maybe at around 150, 160, and I easily go to 180 and above to maximum, you know. So, and I get these nerves, you know, and then, I just like, I wouldn't be able to dive. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to
You
dive.
get used to it. I got mentally so much stronger from doing those competitions.
Okay.
And then when I'm struggling in my training, I remind myself of all those competition dives that are supposed to be considered to be harder and how easy they were, and that's like my motivation to progress in training.
Good, nice. That's a really good point. Yeah, maybe I'll start competing as well.
Did you ever do a freediving competition?
I did starting, which I was pushed into by Linda and Lotta, and it went horrible, but it was not so bad. But I really wasn't putting any pressure on myself, you know. And I guess this is the way to start. No, you start competing and just go for fun and make experience out of it, and then this sounds good. So what's your plan for, I don't know, this year? Do you have any competitions planned, or?
I'm joining the Dahab competition that Hussein organizes in June.
Yes.
He's doing one in April also, that's too early for me.
Okay.
So I'm doing the one in June, and probably also the one he's doing October, November, I don't know the dates exactly.
So you're going to the hub?
Yeah.
In June, or you go beforehand?
I'll go to Sharm el Sheikh in May, and then I'll do a stage with Federico Mano first.
Okay.
And then I go to the hub with friends, and then I'm gonna be assisting on a moving limits stage also in Sharm el Sheikh, so I'll have only 2 weeks of training. And then, I go home for a couple of weeks, and then I go back to the hub in June for proper training for the competition.
Nice. So it's a busy few months for you. Yeah. But also, other than competing and training, I know you have other things you're working on. Right now, you're doing your upgrade to a deep diving instructor. And then you are also doing. You're working with Federico Mana on getting instructage on equalization, and is this something you want to focus on? Is equalization, and deep diving, and
I love teaching equalization because it's such an interesting topic, and it's also something that I struggled with a lot myself. I quite easily got to 40 meters in a in a reasonable short time, considering the amount of time that I had to train. So 40 was not a big deal, but then I've been stuck at 40 meters for 2 or 3 years. And then I was trying to find help, and everybody was just telling me, you have to relax, you have to believe in yourself. And I was like, I am relaxed. And then a friend of mine introduced me to Federico. And I started working with him, first online on Skype sessions. And I was very skeptical about it because I thought, like, seriously, you're gonna coach me on Skype? Don't you have to be in the water with me to see what I'm doing? But it's unbelievable. Even on the screen, he sees everything that you do. He sees every single mistake that you make. And then he, after a couple of months of dry training, we went into the water together, and immediately I started making progress. And I'm training with him, with Federico, and with Giovanni actually for a couple of years now. And every time when I got stuck in a certain thing in equalization, they're always able to help me. And the fact that they are so good in teaching the equalization is also was for me the trigger, like, okay, I want to be able to do this too. And they have now this instructor course that they offer. And then it's like, yeah, I want to do the instructor course.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So does this fact that you struggle with equalization so much give you maybe some tools to use as an instructor to help other people?
Yes. Yeah.
You can relate to the problems. Yeah,
definitely.
I find the same with me. Well, I struggled right at the beginning, 2-3 meters, 4, 10, 15, 20, you know, with Frenzel. And I find that with beginners especially, I seen so many mistakes I was doing in them, and trying to find the way to help them. It really helps that I've been there, I went through that the hardship, you know.
Yeah, and I think you also understand their frustrations and their insecurities much better.
Yeah. Right, very good. You're very welcome if you're in Belgium or somewhere around to get in contact with Inge.
Yeah, if you're in Belgium and you want to take a freediving course or you want to have coaching or anything.
Where people can find you? On Facebook?
On Facebook, yeah. Inge Verbruggen Freediver.
Okay, perfect. That's great. So look up at Facebook. Yes. We'll put your link on Facebook into comments or in description so you can find Inge easier. And in the future, just keep watching Inge, what she's doing, and fingers crossed you keep on breaking records. And
I hope so.
Yeah, and I hope to see you again here in Tenerife, either for training or...
I will definitely come back. I love hiking here so much.
Yeah, great. Or maybe for some freediving as well.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on holiday. I'm not into freediving at the moment.
Okay. Great. So great having you here. Thanks for coming on the screen. And guys, if you have any questions on Inge or if you like the video, just put it down in the comments, and see you on the next time.
Thank you.